this is actually quite an interesting question, because it has been implied multiple times that Wolverine's offsprings, such as Laura Kinney and Sabretooth himself, have better healing factor than Wolverine, and that's because of the adamantium poisoning on Logan's body. So, this is what I call a Lady Shiva syndrome, which is basically that there's a lot of implication and statements about you, but there's not enough feats to back them up. So I will just go through some of Logan's best healing feats, so that you can see that feat-wise, he has a better healing. This one is actually quite popular. He just gets blown into smithereens until there's only his skeleton left, but literally later he comes back to life and regains every single cell of his body.
So you went on core, huh? How do I know you went on core? Just watch, y'all. I bet money that he's gonna have this panel, and then he's gonna have he had this next one that's up here too. Watch. Just watch. My bad that I was going slow up here scrolling, but I had to read while I was up here, video recording. But as you can see, he got these from here. He didn't actually read them books. But I'm gonna let him keep talking though.
This one is this one. Basically, Logan is able to heal from a drop of blood. And as you can see right there, he says that given enough power, his whole body could come back to life from just a single cell.
So you mean from the Uncanny X-Men annual issue 11, right? Where the drop of blood falls on this crystal, right? Yeah, it does say, given a significant power, my entire body could be regenerated from the genetic data encoded in a single cell or a drop of blood. But if you look down, he also says, look like the crystal had the power to restore my body and my mind. The context is that he was able to do this feat because his blood fell onto that crystal. And that's how you got that feat right here. That's the context behind it. Let's keep going.
The next one comes from Wolverine's most recent run. Wolverine 2020, issue 23. So you can see him at Deadpool got caught in a trap, and there's like magnetic waves bending Wolverine's body so he cannot escape. And both of them get actually caught and destroyed into pieces until there's only like a blob of blood and bones left. But as you can see, just a few seconds later, they start both of them healing back up. And they start healing so much and so fast that their bodies end up fusing. This feat on its own is actually quite impressive, but the fact that Wolverine's factor could keep up with Deadpool's healing factor, that's also very, very amazing.
Issue 23, right? Guess you didn't read this from Deadpool, did you? You didn't read this from Deadpool in that comic, did you? He says, I have a question. If hypothetically your nipple got cut off and my nipple got cut off in like a fight, and after that fight we're down on our knees searching for our lost nipples like the nipples were contact lenses or whatever, and I'm like, hey, I found my nipple, and I pop it back on, but plot twist. As it turns out, it's not my nipple, it's your nipple. It's a Wolverine nipple. Would your nipple be able to heal into my nipple region? And if so, wouldn't that be the sweetest, most intimate thing ever? So what's been going on is that Danger, the damn teacher of them in the Danger Room, the one that was teaching them in the Danger Room, if y'all know who that is, this is Danger right here. She had made a whole bunch of doppelgangers of the X-Men and was selling them to the CIA. So Deadpool and Wolverine came to the X-Mansion where she was at to go find out about her ass. So she had set up a trap for them, knowing all of Wolverine's weaknesses and shit, and she was able to slice their ass up, right? And that's when you seen that they was all a drop of blood and shit. That's when, like Deadpool said, what if they did? It become the most sweetest, intimate thing. They was literally entwined with each other. All his guns and shit, his swords and shit was inside of him. But you'll never see Wolverine do this shit again. How I know? Because if you look down, right here, this panel, Wolverine says it. Let's never do that again. And he says, deal. Meaning that was because of Deadpool that he was able to do that shit. Because he was fused with basically their blood and shit was together. They had got killed together and his blood was like that. They fused together. And that's what brought Wolverine back to life. Now, how do I know for sure? I can show you more proof. Because if you skip ahead 3 more issues in that same run, this motherfucker captured Wolverine because his friend was finna get killed, and Wolverine sacrificed himself for his friend. Now, he ain't got no motherfucking, no dampener or anything on his body, because he says it, if you fucking get angry or some shit, I'ma kill your friend, and he can't get resurrected. So you see this knife, right? He takes that motherfucker and start cutting off body pieces and shit. Beast takes that same knife and cuts his head off and use it to fight with it. After Wolverine's head cut off, he's dead. And that's the same thing for Sabretooth. But after his head cut off, he's dead. So all that drop of blood shit and all that shit is only if it's circumstantial. It has to be something else. There's context behind that shit. Just know that. And just so y'all know, yeah, he did die. As you can see him coming back to life right here. This was in the next issue after, this was 27, issue 27 when he comes back to life. You said that Wolverine can keep up with Deadpool when it comes to his healing factor. That's not true. This is X Factor issue 33 around there. Kraven found Deadpool's head inside of this damn polar bear because the polar bear ate his ass. My bad, that was issue 30. So issue 31, he puts Deadpool's head on the wall, right? Deadpool's hand gets up and go get his head, bring that bitch right back to his body. Meaning that his shit way better than Wolverine's. He can live without his head and he can move his damn body pieces and shit. You know what I'm saying? Without brain signals going through that shit. Wolverine's healing factor get cut off when his brain signals and shit is not to his body. And to end all this off, I'm gonna show you why Sabretooth shit is better than Wolverine's. So you see Sabretooth on this table, this damn machine thing come up, right? And start ripping into his shit now. This motherfucker had a dampening collar on, a power dampening collar on, and his liver was still growing back after his shit got taken out. And this current Sabretooth. Now if we go back to the day when he first fucking fought Wolverine on this, when they started fighting each other, the first time he fought him on his birthday, this is Wolverine when he had no damn adamantium claws and skeleton and shit. And when he fought Sabretooth on his birthday for the first time, when they do that little back and forth on Sabretooth, Wolverine's birthday, this the first time, he says this himself, fast as I was, he was faster. Hard as I hit, he hit harder. And if it was ever succeeding to killing this motherfucker, just before he's finna, Sabretooth's finna kill him, he throws him off the damn, they throw each other. Wolverine throws Sabretooth off the cliff, and he thought he killed him. Like he landed on top of, Sabretooth landed on top of Wolverine, and he thought he killed him. And but later we found out he still was alive. But that shows you right there, his ass is not fucking with fucking Sabretooth when it comes to healing. Show me Wolverine doing this shit.